Hey viewers, if you would like to get too soon trending news videos, please subscribe to our channel, Strawbridge, and stay with us. According to Dick Strawbridge, if he and Angel had seen the auction a year earlier, they could have purchased the Chateau for a lot less than what they paid. In 2005, Dick Strawbridge and Angel Adori paid £380,000 after taxes for the purchase of Chateau de la Motte Husson. The couple needed to be frugal with their spending because they intended to use it as both their future business and family home. However, the stars of Escape to the Chateau previously disclosed in an interview with Graham Norton on his Virgin Radio program that the castle was actually put up for sale a year before they bought it, and for a significantly lower amount than they paid. Graham said, "In the book, you talk about this being a love story, and yes, it's a love story between the two of you, but it's also their weird relationship people have with old houses. You just, for good or bad, you're in love with that chateau." The husband and wife were discussing their newest endeavor. "That was part of the love story, isn't it?" Angel retorted. Dick continued, "We saw lots, by the way. It wasn't just love at first sight with the first thing we saw. We literally fell in love with the chateau. It's likely that Angela came across thousands of them online. There were hundreds in real life and tens of thousands online, but this one stood out because it was so flawlessly made, according to Angel. It had only ever belonged to the Baglioni family and Jack's grandmother Dorothy, who had originally built the chateau. And actually the Baglionis who sold it to us. We think they were also trying to choose the right owner because he's quite an alpha butch guy, and he literally skipped over to tell us. And it was one of those moments when, corny as it may sound, we simply knew that the chateau was meant for us." Graham inquired, "How is life in France?" "Here, your chateau is located in the protected world, designated as Grade I and Grade U. There are people who take control of what they're doing, but there are also people who can make decisions in some historic buildings. If you decide to go down that route, you can get tax relief from it," Dick said. "We saw so many chateaux that were falling apart because they were left to die and nobody really cared about them. The great majority of old buildings in France have no protection and nobody worries about them. It's interesting, the chateau we moved into was put up for auction 18 months before we discovered it here in France. No one placed an offer, and when the hammer fell, the words 'nobody would give £100,000 to acquire the chateau, the land and everything' were spoken. Nobody was sufficiently enraged." Angel responded, "Well, exactly, thanks for clearing that up," to the statement made by the radio host. "As Britons, we couldn't believe our luck when we found it even for that little bit more money. We don't have any limits on this particular chateau, and if there were, we might not have bought it," Dick and his wife countered. Graham went on, "It's challenging enough, and you'll take good care of the building because you love it. You won't be installing PVC windows overnight, but you will take the necessary actions. I don't know if you know, but the only windows that work are the PVC ones that the real owners installed in front of it." Dick chuckled. "The remaining ones are all deteriorating and drafty. Let's get rid of those ugly windows," Angel suggested when we had holes in the roof, no water or electricity, and I'm sure it was the first thing she wanted to do when we moved here. I responded, "No. They must remain." I was really anxious to get rid of those ugly windows, even though we didn't actually have the money for the sewage system in place at the time, Angel said. Dick went on, "They're still there because we haven't tackled every window yet. That's a big job, but we really want to return to the gorgeous oak windows that this place deserves." "A lot of windows again." Dick commented that there were over 60, and Graham agreed.